All right, welcome back. Welcome back to CowboysCorral.com. Thank you. We're here at the lovely Austin Ranch, and our special guest on this edition of the Legend Show is Hall of Famer number 20, Mel Renfro. And Mel, before we took the break, I said we're going to come back and talk about your greatest moment in Texas Stadium. I know you probably had a few. You played a lot of games there. You were played in the first game in Texas Stadium in '71. What are your feelings and your greatest moments? Maybe one of your greatest moments as you remember Texas Stadium.
You know, oddly, Drew, I can't really say that I had one greatest moment because I had so many great moments. I had so many good games. I remember one time Walt Garrison and I were coming down the tunnel to go on the field. And you know how all the guys before the game say, man, have a good game, have a good game. Well, Walt looked at me and said, I don't have to tell you that, you always have a good game. So that just reminds me that, you know, I played well a lot. You know, I always graded high, and I didn't have a super spectacular game at any one time where I did in the Cotton Bowl, but not at Texas Stadium. But I always had good games. I always contributed. One game against the Rams, I intercepted a couple passes, had some great knockdowns, some great tackles. But I'd say that I was just consistent. Coach Lange preached consistency. I was consistent over my career and had a lot of good games.
You know that Texas Stadium, when they built it, it was state-of-the-art. You guys moved from the Cotton Bowl into this new facility, and at that time, it was the wow factor. You know, pretty much as this new stadium going up in Arlington is the wow factor now when you look at stadiums going up in the NFL. But this stadium was different because one of the first stadiums built only for football and for pro football in particular. And so it had a lot of different quirks to it, including the high crown in the middle of the field, the hole in the roof. Did any of these quirks affect you or the way you played in Texas Stadium?
No, I don't think so. But they were very noticeable. But you know, you adjust to whatever is and whatever's out there. One thing, the way the sun came through the hole in the top, sometimes it would, as a punt returner and maybe as a wide receiver, the angle of the sun would get in your eyes and you couldn't see the ball very well. And it made it very difficult to field. And the hump in the middle, you know, and I'm on the corner, and I already remember when I have to come across field to be aware of that, or you would stumble and fall.
Right.
But, you know, we adjusted to it, and of course the heat.
Yes.
It's always much hotter in there than it was in an open stadium. So we had to deal with that, but, you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's why we used to like to get those northern teams to come down to visit us in August and September, right?
Yeah, wear them out.
Wear them out. Yeah. Not only beat them on the scoreboard, but beat them in sweat, too.
Yeah.
All right, Mel, you just look at this year's edition team. This team started out as the preseason favorite. Everybody's talking about the Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Then they had that little lull, and everybody's talking about they're the big disappointment of the NFL. And then they started rising again, and everybody's saying they're the resurgent Dallas Cowboys. And now they're kind of maintaining. And hopefully they'll be pretty soon called the playoff Dallas Cowboys. Do you think this current team has a chance to get to the playoffs and have success once they get there?
Well, you know, everything, you know, you got to kind of have a feel for it. The last couple of years and the things that happened, the big disappointments, and then the way they started off this year. On paper, you know, they got great players almost in every position. So on paper, they look like they could do it all because Jerry Jones spent a lot of money to get the players that could take him to the Super Bowl. So Jerry, they played well. They started off playing well. And then some things happened, some injuries. So I feel, and I got a good feeling about them, that, you know, they're going to finish the season strong. And they're going to be good. Romo's going to get healthier, and they're going to be a good football team. And there's an outside shot that we could make the playoffs, and that's going to be good.
Right on. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know, the attitude has changed. The guys are playing the game the way it's supposed to be playing and getting after it and getting a little more serious this time of the season because, as you know, that December is very important to giving you some momentum once you get to the playoffs and having success from that point on, right?
December hasn't been very good to them, and they know that and they realize that. So there is a sense of urgency, and kind of saw that the last couple of games. Unfortunately, we lost to Pittsburgh. We should have won that game.
Right.
If we had beat Pittsburgh, we beat New York, you know, we're on a roll. So, and the confidence factor's there. We're winning in December. Let's keep this thing going.
Any of these defensive backs you see out there, we got a lot of young guys. Mike Jenkins, Skandrick, rookies, you know, of course, Terrence Newman, one of the more polished cornerbacks in the league, Anthony Henry. Any of these guys you see stand out or maybe even remind a little bit of Mel Renfro when you watch him play?
Well, yeah, they're good cornerbacks. They're all good. I think Terrence Newman is a step above. Injuries affects all of them, and Terrence has had some injuries, but if he's whole, he's going to play well and he's going to do well. And I like Terrence, and I like all of them. It's just a matter of consistency.
Right.
Consistency. Coach Landry emphasized consistency. These guys have to be consistent and play hard and good every game.
Well, we got a little reunion going on. It'd be great to see some of the new guys mixing with the old guys. Won't it be good?
Absolutely. You know, back in the Landry area in Tech Schramm, we'd have a reunion every year.
Yes.
Every year. Come back together. With the players that retired got to meet the players that aren't current players. It was just great every year. They don't do that anymore. Hopefully they'll get back to that.
Yeah, we need that. We need that for sure. Any predictions on the game this week against Baltimore? I mean, I just need a score. I know who you're going to pick. Right? Right, Cowboy fans?
You got two great defenses. Two great defenses. I'm going to say 17-10.
17-10 Dallas.
Dallas.
That's good enough. Yeah, we'll take 2-0, right?
That's right.
We'll take 2-0.
Any way we can get it. I tell my wife all the time, she says, "Oh, we're going to win?" I say, "Yeah, all we need to do is win by 1.
Amen.
Just win.
Amen. All right. So our legend today is Mel Renfro. Give it up. Thank Mel for being with us. Old number 20. One thing you don't see with the Dallas Cowboys, is anybody number 20 out there?
I don't even know.
I don't even know either. I know I wouldn't want to wear that number, try to live up to this guy. We want to thank Mel for being here. We want to thank all you for being here and being part of the Cowboys Legends Show right here at Austin Ranch, right here on CowboysCorral.com. See you next time right here. Thank you for being with us.